Today I'm going to take the headliner out of this '03 Beetle. It's pretty straightforward. It's all pretty much pull the little caps off the screws and a bunch of Phillips screws. But I did want to show, like on this light right here, you see this little metal tab right there? So on these little lights, they're really pretty simple to get out. What you want to do is, see how it clipped in there? If you just pull on it, it might pop out. But if you pull this inside, I'm on the inside of the light towards the mirror, pull this down just a little bit, and then take a small screwdriver and depress that metal tab, and it'll come right out. So what you want to do is push this metal tab right here. Just pull it down enough to get to that tab and then push that tab. Other than that, it's pretty simple. It's all Phillips. I've got some Torx up in here. And also on this one, now this is the little piece. It's got two Phillips in it. This is a little piece that goes up here on the visor. Now how you get that cap out is, so yeah, you want to take this piece when it's up on the headliner there. It's got a little thing here where you can snap it down, and it's got, but that, you're going to be prying on the headliner. So what I do is, if you get right here with a small screwdriver and push in, see that little springiness? Push in and get under there, and then pop it down. That way it'll pop right off. You got two Phillips up in there. And then when you put it back on, see it does have a relief spot up here. But when that's on, it'll snap back together. When that's on, see where that relief spot is all up against the headliner there. So if you go up and try to pop it out there, you're going to be prying on this. The mirror, you just kind of grab a hold of the mirror, wiggle it, pull it down. It'll pop right out. These panels have to come off the back. So you got to take the seat belt off, and this out. This is the handle, has to come out. But now on these panels, the best way to get these out is start down here and kind of lift up, because there's a metal tab right here. You'll see on this side where that piece comes down. See, it anchors in right there. So you want to lift that up, and then it's pretty easy. Once that gets up, just work the bottom. I took the bottom half of the seat out, but you don't have to take the top out. So work the bottom and pull the bottom out at you. Then it'll kind of go on an angle like that, like tip forward, and then it comes right off. And then these will pretty much fall off. For this is clipped down on there. Just get up behind it and pull it forward. And then I believe it looks like maybe a 16 millimeter. But yeah, I wanted to point that out. For this panel, just work. I don't even, let me get that door open. The only bolt you really need to take out is the seatbelt bolt, but you don't need any bolt for this panel here. So you just want to work this front piece up, and there, see it came up, and then kind of work at the bottom, pull there, but you got to kind of pull out and up with it, and see how it got loose there. And then we have to come back here and feed the seatbelt out. There's a little cut in the panel right there to get the seatbelt out, and it's pretty much out. I just got to lift it up. I'm gonna do it with two hands because I don't want to scratch this other post all up doing it. So it's just up and out. But if you start down in this front corner and get that little piece out first, see that right there? And when you put it in, you have to go a little high, because you see these clips on the top has to be lifted out. So when you put it in, it has to be up and over that clip. There should be one in the front, and I believe one in the middle somewhere. There's one in the front. So you have to make sure that's why you have to kind of lift up on it as you pull it out, and then go in a little high. You'll feel it go in, and you'll feel it drop down behind it, and then start clipping it into place. One of the little things came off here. Figure out where that came off. Just a note on these clips, when you, like this one, okay, see these two are still on the panel. On this side, all three of them are on the panel. But what you want to do when you put that back in is get all the clips off the panels, and you'll see where they go. Put all the clips in first. 3 on each side. That way it's easier to put the panel in onto the clip than it is to put the clip on the panel and then try to line the clip up. So that's the way to do that. And they usually do, because it's got a little brat inside there for the plastic. So they'll stick, there's 1, 2, 2. They'll stick up on here. So when you take this off, they'll stay on there. So just make sure you pull them off of the cover and stick them back on here. And that's what you got. That's what I was lifting up off of. So when you put it on, you got to kind of feel that edge till it stops, push it down, and you should feel it drop onto there. And make sure it's up against the glass, because it can drop in front of it, and then you got a gap before the glass. It will go right up, almost touching that glass. Clip that down in, and then start with your other clips from there. And on this clip right here, I left it in there so you could see. Now this clip should be in the panel, not in this. So we'll get that clip out of there. I see it. But that clip, before we put the panel back on, gotta love a gravel driveway. That clip will, there's a groove up in here. I don't know if you can see it because I'm upside here. Let me flip it. See the groove right there where the clip goes? I might have to get something. There it goes. So make sure you put the clip. This clip goes in the panel before you put the panel on, because you can't attach that to the panel once if it's in the hole. And that helps you find the hole. And these 3 clips go on the car, not the panel. And it's weird. When you take it off, usually these 3 clips stay on the panel, and that clip stays in the hole. So you got to dig this one out, put it back on the panel, get these 3 off the panel, and put them back on the seal, or on the window edge. Got the seat belt out. Actually, it was a 17 millimeter. I got this one out too. Now these snap in this way, so you kind of want to get in here and pull back on them. There's a couple, and then work it out. See, right here is where it attaches. I always leave these in, because it's easier if these are in than when I put the piece up on. Just slam the hole on it, because the way they're kind of gaitered there, it'll just fit where it needs to be. On the centerpiece here in the back, you can see my headliner. You just come back here and get up under this molding with your fingers and pull it down, pull it down. Try to kind of pull it from the back side down forward. And see, this takes those same little clips. You're going to have to get some needle nose pliers and get all these out. See if I can get one out. Nah, you probably have to get needle nose pliers is what I'm going to have to do here. Get those out. And then they slide right on here, just like the little foot that goes on the door seal. They slide back in there. Like this little clip. Where I took it out of here, I could take this one out and use it. If I can get it out. Sometimes you can. Sometimes you need pliers. Okay, there, I got that one out. So it takes this type of clip, and that's what's up in the roof there, and you gotta squeeze it together, slide it in just like that. They are a little mischief though, because a lot of times you'll go to pull them out and you'll lose grip and they'll just go flying. But they're not too bad. You got 5 of them across here, 4 of them actually. Oh, 5, there's a 5th one. So we have to get all these out and put them back on that piece before we put that piece back in. I have a snap on the 03. I thought I had 2 bolts on the 98, but I got a snap on the back side of the panel. And a bolt. Is it a torque? It is a torque. So the only torques I've had through this were this, and these 2 bolts up in here are torques. Everything else is Phillips. So I got to get a torque and take this down. I was wrong. That screw is a Phillips. I guess I couldn't see it very well in the light. Once that screws out, then you're going to want to get this. I got to get this one off first. So pull that back. And then roll it forward. Get that piece off. Then for this piece, grab it right here. Pull it down. Pull it down. And you'll see what holds it up. You got 1, 2, 3. Here's a 4th one. Now this one came off. We're going to take this. Actually, that one broke, so I need to replace that. It goes right there. So that's the one that you want to leave in the car. I got the sun on me, so it's hard to see. There's one there. That one's black. I don't know why it's black. And then here they are up in here. So now that all the plastic is off, all that's holding the headliner up is, it's got little ears back here. You'll see those little ears when I pull them down. See that right there? There's 3 of them. So pull them down. Sometimes these are a little tricky to get off of the sunroof. So when I take this door molding out, this rubber, it's going to let this drop down. This will actually be good that I get this one out, because I can clean out. I blew out all these drains, but yeah, you can see that was a while ago. So I'm going to take, I want to use 2 hands. I'm going to set the phone down. I still have to pull these front pillars off too. So I got to pull those off real quick. And then when I take this molding down, then I'll start working at this. I got to open that sunroof up, because I don't know how this ring is going to be with me. Sometimes if you move it forward, move it back, it'll drop. But I don't want to attempt it with one hand. And there's the headliner down. Once I got pop the posts off, the front pillar posts, I pulled this molding down. And then I just carefully worked around this. The back of it was kind of tucked in. The back of it tucks in right here. So I kind of pushed it forward, got it to release itself, and it just fell down. So now I got to undo these wires. So seat all the way forward, jack it up as high as it'll come, and lay it down as low as it'll go. And you got enough room to work it right out the back. You can see how much room I got in there. So now I got to twist it one side just a little bit higher and come out. You really got to be careful with these. They're pretty sturdy, but they're kind of like styrofoam type with fiber in it, pressed cardboard. If you bend it, if I bend it and put a crink in it, like a wrinkle, I can straighten it back out and it'll be fine, but that wrinkle is always going to be in there. But with the seats down, jack them up off the floor as high as they come, so you can lay them down pretty flat. Lay it down all the way, tuck the headrest all the way in, makes them a little lower, and I'm going to use both hands, but that'll go right out. Got it out. It came out. I couldn't video it. It's just me. So I had to use both hands and set the phone down. I put some stills in there. But you saw I was on an angle from like that corner to here, just a little bit at a time, with it. But now when you put it back in, take this seal out, and this seal gives you maybe another inch of room, 1.5 inches of room. I didn't want to take it out to get the headliner out because I knew I'd get past it. But once I finish it and everything and it's nice and clean, I want to be a little neater putting it in than taking it out.